Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today is a rainy day and I haven't shot a vlog yet today. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to shoot a video that I've been trying to do for some time, but I have just not gotten to it until today. So today is the day I'm gonna upload a video regardless of the weather. So what I have here is my toolbox, and what's inside of it is a toolkit. So why would you need a toolbox and a toolkit? Well, if you're living alone, and especially if you're parents, all these things will come in handy. Either you need to fix things, or you need to DIY something for a project, or if you need to improve on something. So I want to quickly show you guys what's inside this toolbox, and I want you guys to know that 90% of the things inside of here, including the toolbox itself, was bought at Mr. DIY. So starting from the top here, we have 8 little compartments here, which I just put some screws and some concrete nails here. There's some washers that I got from other IKEA projects, some nails that I got, some Allen wrenches from IKEA projects. I have some more screws in here for concrete and for wood. And over here there is almost nothing except this thing. This is my old camera mount that broke, and this is just a piece of rubber. Alright, let's take a look at what's inside. So one of the first things you can see is this thing. So instead of getting like a huge screwdriver set, I instead got this 38-piece screwdriver set. It has everything you need. It has Phillips heads, it has flat heads, it has these Torx screws, it has all these other weird stuff which I don't even know what it is going to be used for. And all that goes in here. It is magnetized, which is a great thing. So this thing just sticks in like a magnet. And the great thing about this is that you can adjust it whether you want it to spin this way, okay, or you want it to center and not spin at all, or you want it to spin the other direction. So this is great when you're screwing in something. You don't want to always take it out, put it back in, then turn, take it out, put it back in. Instead, you just switch this on, and then you just go to town and just keep doing that. And if you don't want that, you just put it back in the center, and then it's all good and fine and dandy. This is just a little pry tool that I got very cheap from Lazada. This is like, I don't know, like 3-4 ringgit. Just great for getting into stuff and then just like prying it open. It has a bottle opener, which for some reason that's a good idea. Next thing, a little bit of lube is always important. This is a light machine oil lube. This is like great for door hinges, anything that you want to avoid rusting, you can put this on. This is just a mineral oil. I would suggest to use a mineral oil because it is food safe, just in case. Speaking of lube, you also have spray grease. This is also great for door hinges. Same function, except that is a liquid that you kind of drip out, and then this you spray onto something. Next, we move on to our pliers. I got 2 main pliers here. I got your regular pliers here with wire cutters. Really helpful around the house, especially when you grab something and you want to pull it out. Another type of plier are these. These are spring needle nose pliers. Very helpful if you want to just grab some wires and you want to pull out those wires. That this thing might be a little bit too big or too rough, but this can really get into those tight corners and pull it out. And as you can see, I've used them quite a bit. Some of the rubbers are peeling off, and then it's also starting to rust a little bit. So Mr. DIY products, if it's the in-house brand, it is cheap and it'll work, but as you can see, the build quality and material quality is not that good. Another thing, this just came like, I think I found this somewhere. This is just a little tiny screwdriver flathead right here. I seldom use this, but most of the time I use it to like pry open stuff because it's long and it's really thin. Really helpful there. A cutter here, as you can see, the tip got dull and I tried to break it off, but instead I kind of broke it off flat by accident. So now, instead of having a sharp point there, I now have a cleaver blade. So this thing, it does lock. You press this and it goes in and it locks. It doesn't move. You press it out and it opens up, and again, it doesn't move in or out. Another thing, so these are just like little adhesive hooks. You just stick it onto a wall and then you can like hang stuff on it. Towels, racks, whatever you want. Now every house would have some plumbing, so you're gonna need this. This is plumbing tape. I think that's what it's called. Can't really remember. So this, you just like wrap it around the parts that you screw in to help seal it up a little bit and to avoid any kind of leakage. Very helpful. I have a precision screwdriver kit. This is actually given to me by my mom. So this is mainly used for like electronics. You want to get into computers or phones and all that. I've not really had a use for this yet in this house, but if I ever need some like precision screwdriving, so this will help. And then you have this is really old, like I don't know what you call this, but you screw it into the tab. So the tab comes out here. You want to screw this in, and then you can put in a hose there, and then you clamp it down. We got a padlock, just a spare padlock. nothing fancy. Some more Allen wrenches and this thing. So this crocodile clip is tiny. It only really has one use, which is that sometimes you don't want this to flare out. Okay, so I just clip it in like that, and it just keeps it in. But I don't do that much anymore because I'm afraid it might damage the spring over time. Now in the bottom half here, you have some tape, some cellophane tape. Really great, really helpful for, like, again, just sticking things together. And alright, moving on to the bottom half here, I have a bunch of cable ties here. Cable ties are extremely useful. You can like tie things up. If things are rattling up, you can just tighten it down, hold it down, things are falling apart. Just so many things you can use cable ties for. You have a tape measure for measuring length. Great if you want to like measure the size of carpets or bed sheets or cabinets that you need to buy. We have this, which is just like a hose connector from one hose to another, in case we need to extend our hoses from one end of the studio apartment to the other. Hose clamp as well, very helpful, very useful, especially when you're putting in that hose into a tap. We have a pretty sizable Allen key set. Not a lot of things around the house uses an Allen key, but my paintball equipment uses a bunch of these and a bunch of these different sizes, but not too much in terms of everyday usage. You have extra blades for that cutter just now, so you can replace them if they get too dull or they get too short. And we just got another washer here. I don't know where this is from. Okay, going into the bottom segment, we have some of the bigger stuff. We have a hammer. Again, this is from a Mr. DIY branded hammer. It is starting to peel, the paint's starting to fall off, but it is not really, actually it is rusting a little bit right here. So again, Mr. DIY sells cheap stuff. They work, but build quality might not be there, so keep that in mind. We have some rope here. I don't know what this was for, but you know, I have it. You can tie things in case I run out of cable ties. We have some really high quality, high strength epoxy resin. So this is like super glue on steroids. So you gotta mix these two compounds together, and then you can pretty much stick anything you need to pretty much anything you want. Now, because we live in a modern society, we have a lot of wires around the house, so we're going to need this to make sure like the wires are neat, and you know, especially when you have a baby around, you don't want them to start pulling out all the wires, so this will help keep the wires in place on the walls. We have this little vice spanner, I'm not sure what you call it, but yeah, you can adjust the size of the mouth. You need it wider or you need it narrower. This can really help. Just open it up, clamp it down, and pull, yank, twist, whatever you need to. Bandage. If you're gonna be doing a lot of household work, some DIY, you're gonna need a bandage just in case you cut yourself. This is a Star Wars themed bandage, which I really like. You have Vader, you have the X-Wing, you have C-3PO, you have Chewbacca, Yoda. Any bandages would do, but you know, one that spots the galaxy is great as well. What else got here? You have some double-sided tape. Mostly what I do is that if like pieces of foam or whatever are falling off, I can just double-side tape this to the thing that it fell off from. Very helpful. Sorry. We have some pins here. Not sure why these are here. I've never used this, but it's nice to have some extra pins around, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, we have some Velcro, which can be sewn onto things to help keep things tight. And then we also have some more of these. I forgot what this is called. I forgot what this is called. I think it's called electrical tape. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was something else. But yeah, it's called electrical tape. We have a giant pair of scissors. Really strong scissors. Really beefy scissors too. But can pretty much cut through anything. Especially what I'm about to show you next, which is the rope. So here I just have a bunch of rope. You know, I've never used this right now. But you know, if I need to, I got some rope. And these are just things I got from my high school days when I was doing projects and stage plays, when I was being a stagehand on school drama plays. So this one in particular, I used it for a little bondage scene I did for a school play. Bondage meaning I hung my victim using this. So hey, this might come in handy in the near future. Wink wink. We have an adjustable spanner here. So again, I don't have a full spanner set. That would be too heavy and too expensive. So I just got one that you can keep adjusting. The bad thing about this is that once you adjust it, you actually need to hold this and twist, because if not, this thing would just like rattle and get loose. The thing about these adjustable ones, right? You can never, unless you get it at a really high quality brand, like it just can wiggle around and you might not get that good of a grip. Last thing here is a replaceable plug. Yeah, that's what it is, a replaceable plug. This is, you know, sometimes when when you blow a fuse, whatever is the fuse in here that's blown, so all you gotta do is take it out, replace it, put in the wires back, screw everything in. Yeah, I did a whole video about how to replace a 3-pin plug, so you can check it out at this button here somewhere, this little I button. I think it's over here. And the last piece of tool I got is my drill. You guys have seen me use this before in a video where I try to fix or improve an IKEA sink. Okay, you can find that here as well. And then yeah, so this is just basic drill. It's a hand drill, not really designed for drilling into walls, but designed for drilling into wood and screwing in stuff. It has 2 batteries, a charger, and then it has some drill bits and a screwdriver. So yeah, that's it guys, that is pretty much everything I have. That's pretty much all my tools. So let me know if I am missing anything, and if I have any money, I'll go out and grab it, and hopefully that will help me improve my toolkit situation. Thanks guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and keep it real.